that is a pretty decisive result, shall we say, for team Atafol there.
Yeah,
What
beautifully played.
what a twins round. Unfortunately, you were only able to see the one where the twins had some trouble, but wow, yes. That was the twins set, everyone.
Surely we're gonna see them again in the future. This was not
Yeah,
like our only opportunity, right?
yeah,
Ever.
we're gonna 2039 Tenax event number 400. Twins are played one more time. Skull Merchant's on her fifth rework.
Oh, finally. I really didn't like the fourth one.
Oh well, what a result. I do not envy being in the position that Hilding is in on a killer that you're clearly somewhat unfamiliar with. Um, with a 4K3 result on survivors who know they're playing for it and know they can know what they can get away with.
Yeah.
That's really unfortunate.
Again, I think they could have gotten a much better result, but they did the right thing and played for the win con,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah,
is
and
why they
yeah,
got
they played
such
to their
few
hooks.
hooks. That is what they have to do. So
Yeah,
I'm
you can't just take your hooks when you're playing for a 4K3. You can't just do that. As much as that does kind of feel not great, but
yeah.
so it goes. That just goes to show how spectacularly Atafol's killer went in the first round.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations to Atafrog
indeed.
for advancing in the tournament, and we're definitely hoping to see more from Team Riot in the future. And we
Yeah,
already know what our second game is going to be. It is going
yeah,
to be Team Ascension versus Team Rocket. Finally, we are able to talk about Team Rocket again because we seem to enjoy that so much. We've seen Team
absolutely. We love
Ascension
Team Rocket.
before. They have been well, they do have a couple of members that are event runner-ups, so definitely an
Absolutely.
experienced team as well. But Team Rocket just advancing to the quarterfinals to probably nobody's surprise, just a very strong team as we've seen in previous events.
For sure.
So
Yeah, looks
far,
like our picks and bans look like they're through.
I think they have barely just started. They have
Yeah.
decided on the first pick being the Lich on Dead Dog Saloon, which is
Oh,
always one of my favorite sets to cast.
yes. We've seen quite a bit of Lich lately in previous sets, often as a tiebreaker, it seems.
Wait,
And he's always been a pleasure to watch. Always.
yeah, and I do think DDS is the best map for him. Is just so much fun to watch and to play as well. You have so many cool ways
Yeah.
of outplaying the survivors. You have so many interesting ways of outplaying the killer, and with the spancel tags coming
Yeah.
through and everything, it's gonna be a joy to
Yeah.
watch.
Because I should imagine for a lot of killers, it's very tempting to put them on Dead Dog because many consider it like one of the best done maps in DBD. Like, it's very like it. It feels a lot more balanced than many maps do. But that main building, sometimes it's just a menace. But all the verticality of it is something that the Lich can turn from from a weakness into a strength. Suddenly, those skeletons become a lot more threatening when you can't crouch to evade them.
Yeah, and you can go
Um,
for such cool trick shots as we've seen
yeah,
in the past, just dropping off a ledge in main building while
yeah,
firing your skeletons, completely surprising the survivors.
yeah. Or like flying up the building and vaulting the upstairs window to close the distance. You get some. No, I'm look. It promotes some really creative spell usage, so it can turn a map that a lot of people can find quite frustrating because of that main building into a map that gives you a lot of opportunity to have some fun. Uh, so that's pretty wonderful.
And I've also seen survivor teams completely dominating the Lich with altruism and counterplay, just being there for the head-on, dropping a pallet for your teammate after the mage hand has worn off. We are unfortunately still on a patch where pallet saves are slightly bugged and you're not able to
Yeah,
get the prompt if you are on the same side as the killer, if there's no distance between the pallet, the killer, and you're usually not able to get the prompt, which
absolutely.
is very frustrating. I am still hoping that that's going to be fixed very soon. because I
Yeah.
think palette saves are a great way of skill expression, and I would hate to see them nerfed to that extent because I don't think that the palette vacuum on the palette save is a bad thing.
Mm.
I think it's always dangerous. It should always be dangerous to pick a survivor under palette. Of course, it can be frustrating, but I am hoping that that's just a bit of a mishap and not an intended change.
Yeah. So, well, I wish I checked it on the PTB because obviously it was on PTB quite a lot for my video talking
Mm.
about the new lore of all the characters and everything. I wish I'd properly checked it, but I didn't think to because I was too busy looking at the new map and going, "Wow, this new map is really pretty."
It's so
Oh
pretty.
no, some of the signs are written in Japanese.
Yeah.
um, that's two cultures you don't want to confuse.
Yeah.
Look up Japanese occupation of Korea if you want to know more, because this is not the place we talk to be going into detail about that. But no, it does look like we are going to be rocking up with Lulich on Dead Dog Saloon. Breaks my heart to see twins up there in the band pile. Oh, like I know we obviously already had twins, but like, come on.
Yeah. We also see that Team Ascension did their research when it came to picks and bans. We see
Yeah,
the Trickster band, which Team Rocket played really well on in the previous game and in previous tournament. Doctor band, Unknown band, which was a surprisingly strong pick for Rocket in their
yeah,
game versus Team Gorilla. Super
not so
impressive.
harmless after all.
Yeah, indeed. It's funny because Team Ascension banned a lot of the M1 killers, while Team
Mm,
Rocket banned a lot of the M2 killers. But again, in our pool, we actually do have quite a few specialty killers and less
absolutely.
M1 killers as of right now. Of course, our picks and bans pool always changes with every tournament, which I find super, super exciting. I'm still waiting to see Krasu, and we also haven't
Oh
gotten our Henry game just yet.
no, we have not gotten the Henry game. No, I remember very fondly. I think it was the Halloween or around Halloween when Crossu had released, but she was still very busted because she had her infection off hook still.
Yeah,
But like 2 weeks, I think, between her release and her eventual nerfing, where we got those Crossu matches in. And we had a showcase match of Crossu, and it was so cool.
it
Like
was so fun to watch.
seeing how people handled using headlong flight. Because on one hand, it is just another short range dash. It's not like we're exactly short on those. But at the same time, it was cool to see how like if mushroom management was something that I was worried about too much. It was interesting to see how they played out head form in chase. And something tells me with Krasu in her current state, where she's decently strong, but just not particularly interesting, and not a killer who gets played an awful lot by anyone. Like she's not really got a lot of draw that a lot of people are interested in picking her up. I think she's going to be a killer who's going to sit in ban hell a lot of the time
Yeah, for
because
sure.
people are just not experienced with her and they don't want to risk going up against somebody who is.
Yeah, that's the right word. It's the risk of just having someone on the opposing team who is super familiar with the killer. Maybe they get scrims in that you don't get in. But
Yeah,
with the Lich, we're
the one
definitely
rogue Crossu player out there in the world.
yeah, we definitely know that the Lich is a very practiced survivor
Mm,
set and killer set. So both teams are probably going to be comfortable on this.
absolutely. And I'm honestly very pleased that, like, given how DBD's power creep over the past few years has really set in, and how so many of the killers have been defined either by being like, these mid to high A tiers or just kind of harmless. How Vecna, actual Vecna, not knockoff Vecna,
Yeah.
has settled in as just a killer who's not amazingly strong, but definitely has enough going on that he's become a killer people find worth learning anyway. And I love to see that. I love when killers occupy that zone of like, yeah, they're not great, but they have enough to keep people interested and actually garner regular play, even at the highest levels. And that's something that I more killers should be shooting for that, in my opinion.
Now, I have a controversial take because I
Uh-huh.
used to be the biggest Spancel tech hater. I was just gonna be like, oh well, I expect him to shoot the skeletons here regardless. I don't really care
Yeah,
about whatever magic sign he throws up. But players have gotten so good at animation canceling that it's really hard to
yeah,
work off just of the animation alone. And I think
Sure.
that is the one thing that keeps Lich fun and viable in a comp setting.
Yeah, is the kind of speed and unpredictability at which you can change your spells and get something ready to catch you out.
Because without it, he is quite telegraphed.
Yes.
And the animations are a bit slow, right? You get used to the skeletons coming out,
Yeah.
where they should be used ideally. So being able to hide that animation really does a lot more than I originally gave it credit for. I needed to play versus some really good liches myself before I became a believer. But yeah, he's still one of my favorites, always has been.
Yes, he's pretty wonderful, and I also appreciate how he's able to take maps like DDS or another map we see him on regularly here, which is Forgotten Ruins. Maps that a lot of these M1s might traditionally absolutely despise, or at least, not find to be their favorite place, and breathe a bit of new life into them because he gets to leverage elevation in unique ways. That's something that I can enormously appreciate as a Skull Merchant player. Another killer who leverages elevation in some pretty interesting ways.
Leverage, you say?
A Skull Merchant reference? Wow, who'd thought it?
I'm sorry.
No, you're all right. But no. I'm just glad he's managed to fit into the wider DBD landscape. When I initially heard, D&D Vector's coming to Dead by Daylight, I'm like, oh my god, this game is becoming Fortnite. But I can really appreciate that. They cooked. They cooked with the Lich. Like, I
really
can't fault them for it. Oh.
I'm curious if they ever gonna nerf him, just based off statistics, because he does hold one of the highest kill rates in the game.
I think it is like the highest.
Yeah, that's
according to
wild
Behavior's
to
big
me.
stats. I think people don't read magic items.
Or they tried to get like 5 magic items when they already have 2.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
That's what happens in my solo queue games.
Or people or people trying to hop in the locker while injured with the hand of Vecna and just die. That's a favorite of mine.
We are into the game and we're seeing a perk that I was very curious to see in comp on this map in particular. It is Turn Back the Clock, because Turn Back the Clock allows you to kick both the Gallows generator as well as the main building generator without having to go up there yourself. So you save so much time with that.
Massive valuable. We've got a nice early locate into chase on Mash here. Immediately having the relatively safe Gallows palette just thrown and broken like it was nothing. In this season, to Shack, so are we going to see they've had skeletons, but it's like the skeleton spread, just making it slightly awkward.
Mash does take the fast tag here. We have seen Latex on the Lich before, P100, so definitely one of his main killers as our survivors are stacking a gen. Trying to get one out of the way early in a bad position. Beautiful body block from Latex, forcing Mash to take it down. Unfortunately, they won't be able to get the Pain Resonance hook just in time to interrupt that street gen. That is always a very dangerous generator to commit to early, and our survivor team can be very happy that it worked out for them.
Absolutely, it all comes together like a beautiful tapestry. We see the pain res coming down on the distant gen in the fieldy area by Gallows. I'm never too sure what to call it. But Latex is opening up some doors in main building to make future chases here a little less punishing, which I guess is quite nice.
Yeah, we also see batteries included, which makes this middle map area way more dangerous for the survivors, as Latex decides to kick this generator with Eruption rather than going further to the clock, and returns to try and get his tunnel out. But we did see that Mash had leader, so the reset does come through in time.
Oh. Yeah, Mash gets hit by the Dispelling Sphere, which I believe applies exhausted now due to one of those add-ons.
That is true. It is 30 seconds of exhaustion, definitely one of the better exhaustion add-ons for killer.
It's enormous, yeah.
Mash does get found. Can Latex get a quick chase here? There is going to be batteries included in play soon.
Ooh, Mash practically holding crouch as the fast vault goes through. Latex. Yeah, okay, that's a chase you get to have. Goodbye. But we're going to see likelihood multiple gens popping here if Tavo
no.
commits to this one.
This is
Oh, and
this is
Tavo
horrible for
commits.
Latex.
This is the one thing we didn't want to happen.
There's no 3-gen on the map anymore. Tunnel out has been lost. Balanced landing survivor gets exhausted before balanced landing can be used.
That could... You get something valuable out of this, maybe. It'll not actually lead to a big snowball, but it's something. Prevents survivor from sprinting over to main building or somewhat equally unpleasant.
Yeah, but Latex can no longer 4K in this game unless there's going to be a huge throw on the survivor side. So he does have to abandon the tunnel out, play for fresh hooks. Let's get the mage hand here as Tavo takes it down. And Rescue is nearby. Is Latex gonna snuff them out? Lexi is hovering, does get tagged. But Latex, yeah, just commits to the pickup as Rocket already has another generator so close to completion.
Yeah, that's an enormous amount of gen progress that Latex is going to have to try and claw back somewhere.
Wow, that pops as well.
That goes too. Oh, that's rough. Painrose did hit something. It hit the street gen at the back by the wagon.
Which is also at 70%. Oh my goodness.
Turn back the clock coming down on that distant gen, but it's just a race against time, and Latex has not got enough of it.
Every time we've seen Team Rocket's survivor side in Tenax, they have just thoroughly impressed me. They're so efficient, they're so good in chase, their teamwork is so good. And
uses the spell wind up to move through the body blocker to get the M1 onto the wonderful Rocket.
Definitely showing his experience with the killer. Beautiful mechanical display. But the last generator is going to be completed by Lexi off in the distance. Adrenaline comes through. Is Tavo still here for the body block? No, he's not.
Rocket
they are happy with this result.
Clobber. Leaving Rocket on the ground.
This would be best case 5 stages, 3 fresh, which is Latex knows that is going to be a result that they won't be happy with. But
absolutely,
they don't find anything, and they have to go back, pick up Rocket, and take this result.
And limp off with the hook like a wounded dog.
Yeah, definitely shows the importance of corrupt intervention being in play. Latex had all of these great pucks, but the value just didn't quite come through. The gens were too advanced because the chases just took a tiny bit too long, even with batteries being in play as the one puck that should have made the chases faster. Are they trying for this basement unhook? That could be...
I think they might be.
It seems a little risky to me.
Cracking the gate, Tavo takes the M1.
With this tag, it should be impossible for them.
Yes,
they need to reset Tavo again.
Yeah, it's possible they were trying to tempt Latex into leaving the basement enough to secure the unhook by dangling Tavo as like a juicy, tasty bait. But
Tavo's the balanced landing survivor. They definitely want him to get into this basement as soon as possible. Indeed. But with leader in play, the reset is gonna be fast. Rocket won't hit stage 2 just yet.
Let's see what they want to do. Gonna have Tavo try and drop onto the basement stairs. There's Tavo, and there goes the dispelling sphere into full exhaustion onto Tavo.
Latex is playing this so smart. Like the use of all of the killer mechanics has been so impressive. Unfortunately, the chases were just a tiny bit too long.
Yeah, having to drop mash when they did, like kind of half coming into the tunnel and then backing off. That was a huge time sink that did not go anywhere useful.
Yeah, it's going to be just that 5 stages.
Yeah, they're gonna let Latex walk away with those 5 stages. That is not a result I would be particularly satisfied with if I was Latex. I'd be feeling pretty great about that if I was Team Rocket.
Yeah, and something that really impressed me about Team Rocket here, they didn't even complete the main generator, right?
No, they didn't.
We were talking about how main is Wagner's playground, how you can go for such cool skeleton hits and everything. No, you just work all of the other gens.
Yeah,
even though main is widely considered. Yeah, main is considered to be like a free gen on this map because it's so hard for the killers to contest. And the one killer that can contest it, Team Rocket just says, nah, we're just gonna work the more dangerous gens and we're gonna get away with it.
Yeah. We're just gonna do gens and do chases and not really give a damn. No, that was by all accounts a pretty wonderful display of survivor play. You know, no notes. More of this, please.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm interested to see how Team Ascension survivors are going to handle this one, because this is going to be a challenge.
With the Lich main on their team, you would expect them to be very well versed on the survivor side in this particular matchup.
Indeed.
So maybe that is how they can make a comeback here. But this is for sure an uphill battle. I think an expected result would be between 7 and 8 stages, maybe 6 stages for the Lich. So 5 stages, 3 fresh. That's just very, very good on the survivor side.
That's going to be a real. That's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to try and match up with. But it is not out on the possibility. It can. We've seen more absurd upsets before. We've seen it. Yeah, I'm just curious to see how these things will go. I'm also a little unsure. The batteries. I see the theory behind it. I see the theory, especially in the idea that main building was going to be a priority gen to get done. I'm curious if we're going to see it on coming out of Rocket here, because the perks just seem natural. Turn back the clock on this map, sublime. I'm interested to see how well if batteries is going to be something that Rocket runs as well.
Isn't it funny how I was really looking forward to turn back the clock's usage on main building and gallows, and then they just that's the gens that they don't do.
It's good. It's like a very low stakes version of the Caster's Curse.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to see this cool thing. No. The
But yeah,
survivors will just do the gens.
What I'm trying to say with that is that Team Rocket took a big risk, doubling that gen on the street in the middle of the map early. If that gets interrupted, if the chase is just a tiny bit slower, if Pain Resonance comes through before they can complete it, that is a lot of manpower wasted on a single generator that can now get defended by the killer. And
For sure.
Tavo also committed to the very unsafe gen at the very edge of the desert, between the desert and the main building, which does not have a lot of safety to it. So they really took a lot of risk, just trusting in their own ability to hold chase and to not go down quickly. And it worked off brilliantly.
Beautifully.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, with that in mind, how much Team Ascension here are going to be leaning on main building to keep them safe. Again, it was barely used last game. They were playing Dead Dog, Hold the Saloon, thank you. So let's take a look, shall we?
Okay. We've got Ruin, Wretched Fate, and Scoutchook Pain Resonance combined with Corrupt Intervention.
We're also seeing double power cooldown add-ons as opposed to the exhaustion add-on we saw in the previous game.
Oh, Rocket unfortunately messes up the flight there, immediately commits to a chase on the main building, goes for a little trick shot, but as expected, Kaboom does not get caught off guard by that. Rocket has to find a new first chase in a more advantageous position. The pre-drop
that was a very, should we say, assertive pallet drop? I see the idea, especially with fly on cooldown.
Pala being a super experienced comp player, has been in the scene for many years at this point. We've recently seen him on Team Asgard, where they also made a deep run into the tournament and eventually got eliminated by Team Summer. So definitely a lot of experience on this roster, as Ubex gets found in the desert. Does not even try to play the pallet, just takes a tag, goes to main building where he can find safety. Rocket using
the Lich is flying right above him, slides off the stairs. Oh!
I love this.
Very, very nearly a full vault denial there, but it didn't quite go that way.
It's so fun to win those mind games on Survivor side. You just feel so good.
For sure. So you have the skeleton usage, flying too low to crouch, but the skeleton's fanning out. Wobex once again just sort of walking through these skeletons without a care in the world. Does take the down in the middle of main building, but that was a really good chase.
Yeah, I wonder what happened, because Ubex is our balanced landing survivor, and he did not have balanced landing prior to this chase. so he must have just used it for map traversal and then didn't have it available when he needed it. Which is quite unfortunate.
Got caught out on the gallows. Looks like Ruin is also still intact. I wonder where that totem actually is.
He was already exhausted while he was working gallows though. That's remarkable. As we find a chase into Kaboom. Spancel tag comes through. Kaboom holding beautiful distance on these rocks, which change so nicely into this pallet mage and comes through.
So
really clean pathing from Kaboom. I'm loving this.
Absolutely. That was it. I was going to congratulate Rocket on the pallet pickup to deny the vault, but no. Kaboom's just pathing like a legend.
And Rocket is dumbfounded.
Yeah, I was like, okay, fair enough. Well played. I'm going to go away. Enjoy your time.
One thing I'm noticing is that so far no generators have been completed, while the individual chases have been super good. So first generator does come through.
You say it and it shall appear.
Yeah, Wubix gets found, leaves really early, has a lot of distance onto Rocket, is not healthy, unlike Mash, who was the previous target, but has this very safe desert/shack area. Very early mage hand coming through. I don't think that's gonna...
Oh, Wubix takes it down there.
Beautifully played, great skeleton usage.
Absolutely. I'm not a pain res this time. Notably, Pallet is the obsession. So this Wretched Fate is slowing their progress down significantly, and it might. No, that is not the gen that the obsession is working on.
Yeah, Kaboom on this tile is probably not who you want to be chasing.
Yeah, Kaboom's a warrior.
Wait, Rocket just sends it though. Very, very confident.
We had to say it, didn't we? We had to say it.
Yeah, of course we do. But this is 3 generators completed now. Wubix might be on desert, but if Kaboom can last here and extend this chase a little longer, this might be a head-on. Rocket respects this. Allowing Kaboom to make one more pallet here.
Oh no, it looks like we're going to see the M1 coming out here onto Kaboom.
Great name, by the way.
Yes. For a while, I thought you were being like, just saying a flourish. You're like, oh yeah, like oh Kaboom. You'd be like you were jazzing up the gameplay a little bit. No, that is just his name. Wubix does successfully get reset by Hook.
Both able to crouch the skeletons.
Yeah. Pallet perfectly fine playing interference in this chase, knowing their gen speed's going to be like the square root of nothing anyway. So you may as well get involved in the chase.
This is such an interesting decision. Pallet very aggressively deciding to take the hit, daring Rocket to chase him, basically saying, yeah, if you get me, you get at least your tie condition when it comes to status. And if you try to tunnel out Wubix, I'm gonna be the juicier target. But Rocket decides against both of them. Finds Kaboom on the main building.
Wretched Fate is gone. There goes Kaboom.
That's unfortunate, but a great snipe.
Sudden and immediate death by skeletons. Many such cases. You're going to see Kaboom going back onto that Scourge hook. Unfortunately, Pyramid has already been used on Kaboom.
Yeah, they've progressed on this generator that Whitefoot is working right now, as well as the main building, and this has been the 4th hook stage confirmed onto Kaboom as Rocket patrols his ruined totem, finding himself in a quite comfortable position. The unhook does come through though, and Rocket decides, okay, I've got to leave, I've got to check on my gens, because that's the only way I can lose this game.
This gens just slipped through out of nowhere.
But it does get found, working the main generator, injured with resilience.
Yeah, Rocket did hear that.
Very respectful though, pre-leaving very early, as Rocket fights the Whitefoot.
Yeah, that's the other option for a fresh hook. Can I just say, I love the propeller hat. Love the propeller hat on Whitefoot. It's very unassuming. Makes you look approachable.
It's very competitive. I agree.
Yes. Whitefoot was almost zoned out at the water tower, but Rocket's like, no, we remember what happened with Kaboom there. We do not play water tower. Water tower is scary.
Yeah, you also see Rocket
crouching from Wubix there.
Ooh, great hit tank as well. You really see Rocket play into the ruin here. Just being able to disrupt multiple survivors in different places, hoping the park will do a lot of heavy lifting for him. But he does have to get at least down soon, because the gen spread is very hard for him to hold here.
Indeed.
We do have 4 survivors injured now.
Seems to be showing pretty I'm noticing what's like commitment issues.
He really is just fishing for the perfect survivor to
Yeah.
move into, right? He's
Fishing
just taking
for a
tags
cheap penalty down.
and then just waiting to find someone out of position. As he finds
Yeah.
Kaboom, decides that's not the right chase. I've got to go back to the desert, defend my generator, and
It's
Rocket
like
is
Goldilocks. It's like Goldilocks with the 3 bears. This chase is too hot. This chase is too cold. But which chase is just right? We might have a just right chase here. So on Wobex again.
The survivors have so much. Nice, great stun. That was so important.
Really well done there from Wobex.
The survivors have so much pressure, but at a high cost because they don't have the time to reset. And as soon as one domino falls, this could escalate the game in either way. Right now, the survivors are doing a great job at just not giving away any downs. But they're playing on a nice edge right now.
Oh, there's Kaboom trolling Rocket there.
That was the perfectly timed double back, and we do see Dwightfall and Ubex stacking the generator in the desert. And even if Rocket gets the down onto Kaboom, that is gonna be 5 stages too fresh as adrenaline comes through. Rocket needs to find a fresh up here.
Yeah, Rocket's been dilly-dallying perhaps a little bit too much, trying to find the perfect chase when he should just maybe have... There are opportunities to commit to a fresh much earlier than this.
Do these skeletons land? They
beautifully
don't.
evaded. Wobex takes the M1.
The gate is open.
No, everybody is injured, so hit tanks aren't really in the cards here.
No.
But
Wobex
oh yes,
and
Wobex and
Kaboom
Kaboom can still take hits. Yes, they can. That is true.
As Rocket zones them back into the map, very heads-up play, not allowing them to reach the gate, and Dwightfall needs to be
Flies
protected
straight through.
at all costs.
Flies straight through Wobex. Wobex manages to wrangle himself back round again. Skeleton move. Oh, perfect crouch from Dwightfall. Wobex forces the M1, but that means now Dwightfall has Kaboom has to be ready, waiting in the wings for this.
It's the reset coming through from the other survivors. We need one more hit tank here.
Yeah, and again, it can't be from Pally either. It has to be from Kaboom. Oh, beautifully zoned back into the pallet.
Dwightfall is popping off right now. The entire team is playing
Another
so
drop
well.
pallet. Oh, Wobex is back up. We're about to see more hit tanks coming in. Oh, the skeleton down. Oh, this is not what you want to see. So as soon as Hook goes off, we're at least going to get the tie condition here, but there's
yeah.
No, it's just a question of finding the right hook and seeing if you can maybe drop force second, force a trade, force anything.
I'm not sure if picking up Wobex there was the right play. I think the survivor, they needed to reset and then try to send in Kaboom for a body block again.
Quite possibly, because Dwightfall was quite close to a gate.
Yeah.
One hit tank from Kaboom would have been all it would have taken.
Exactly. But Kaboom would have needed to be healthy, because if both Kaboom and Wobex die, that's 6 stages, and you can only allow 5 stages to come through.
Of course.
They are trying to patch up Pale. In case this is going to be a same result situation, we decide the tiebreaker by game time played. So whoever had the faster trial is gonna come out victoriously.
Like, that makes a lot of sense.
I do think right now that was I think that was Latex's trial. That was faster.
I think I agree.
Skeletons coming through but missing.
Skeletons. Pale taking the M1. Can Rocket close them down?
Pale. Another pressure here. Beautiful body block. And that's gonna be it.
Yeah. They don't need to immediately pick up. They can just take. They don't need to immediately pick up here. They can just take their time, make sure that as long as Pale doesn't get off the ground, they can just stand on top of Pale's body if they have to.
Taking down here.
Wobex takes the floor. 2 on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Kaboom goes down, even through the crowd. That's an unfortunate skeleton placement right there. Pale's back up again.
Though.
Just taking the kill on Wobex just to have it, and just to make sure. Closing the door on this match.
Yeah.
That is the 6th stage coming in, and that is going to be a shockingly close victory for Rocket in that round.
Absolutely. Team Ascension were playing so well for so long, really playing on a nice edge.
Could have given us to finish Amori, but Rocket's choosing to go for the endgame collapse instead, just for the style points, which I respected. I respected.
Oh, can we go back to Twins talk for just a second?
Of course.
Did you know that
Always.
Victor can end the endgame timer kill earlier by pouncing onto the survivor? That is being sacrificed by the entity. Victor
I
is
did not know that.
stronger than the entity, confirmed.
True. I'll make a lore video about that soon. Don't you think? You'll let me know about that one.
It is April's Fool's Day soon.
Perhaps. Well, wow. That for a while it looked like Rocket might have fumbled that. For a while it did. Obviously, he eventually did wrest control of it, but that end game was dicey.
Yeah.
That could easily have backfired.
And the Ascension survivors just played so well every step of the way. I think they avoided some super crucial skeletons. They hit tanked their teammates beautifully, just all around. Great coordination and survivor play. I think they can be very proud of what they've shown in this trial today. Even though we have to say goodbye to them for now, and we have to congratulate Team Rocket for making the next round and the semifinals.
Yeah, well fought for Team Ascension. It's valiant. No, I'm surprised that Rocket was so, I want to say, methodical in trying to take that last chase, because it for so many survivors it was just tag and then leave, or get a pallet out and then leave, just trying to protect those gens, even when the gen spread was not the easiest to defend. So it did work out in the end, but for a while it looked like we were snatching defeat from the jaws of victory there.
Yeah, I think he got caught off guard by just how well every single survivor decided to just play their chases. They played them pretty much flawlessly, showing beautiful pathing and teamwork coming through when needed.
Yeah, rattling him into being afraid of commitment at moments where it almost felt like he didn't need to be, until eventually the match spilled on a bit more, and then the fear became real. No, the survivors had a really tall order. This was a hard result to pull off for the survivors, and the fact that they came so close, they locked into the degree that they did. It was thoroughly impressive. Thoroughly impressive.
Yeah, I think we're going to kick it over to the break for a bit. Then we will be back with the semifinals and grand finals. Again, we apologize for the issues in our first game, not being able to broadcast a beautifully played Twins game. And if you're enjoying the content, make sure to give Cracked Media Official a follow. We're here every other week for a new tournament, and they've all been so much fun so far. If you're whether you're a veteran team or a beginner team just trying to step into comp, Tenax is, in my opinion, the right tournament for you. You just get to play. It's not a lot of commitment. It's just one day every 2 weeks. It's not even 2 days anymore. So yeah, you either have a quick experience, or maybe you go all the way and you take the prize money of $100. But yeah, we'll be back for the semi and grand finals in just a bit. Thank you all so much for hanging out and for watching.